All right, so I'm loading. I'm going up on all these things now. Sorry, I did it really fast. I'm doing the picture-in-picture thing, trying to figure it out, trying to get it all together. Tired. Did you find a job, Stephen? I know that you've been looking for a job, or you were starting a job. Have you started your new job, brother? I guess is the better question. But yeah, so ask me anything if you have any questions. Waiting for my quad espresso to kick in. Yeah, I am. So I went to Dunkin' this morning, as always, but I ran out, so now I have to have this coffee that my wife buys me, and they were out of the mocha, so it's Reese's, and it's not good. It's not good. It's not good. But yeah, if you guys have any questions about how I put together anthologies or how I run a Kickstarter or any of that stuff, please jump on, ask those questions. I'm going to be here hanging out with you guys, kind of just doing my thing this morning, kind of chilling out. But I figured I would come on, and if you're on and you want to come hang out with me, just send me a message. What he says. I am starting at a comic shop here in PA here. They're just in flux at the moment, being moved around in the mall they're at. Oh, that's cool. All right, so you're gonna do? Are you gonna do marketing like you did at the collective, or what are you gonna do? What is your job over there? But yeah, that's the goal today. And so if you are seeing this or you have any questions, let us know. Like we're here. Let me know in the comments of any messages you have or any questions you have. Right now, I'm doing updates for the Kickstarter. We just hit the $400 backer mark, so I'm doing update shares. So one of the keys to doing Kickstarter is sharing campaigns out. So I'm sharing a couple campaigns in this to kind of help the community, because the easiest way to get backers is to get them to where backers are, right? So there's backers who back Kickstarter. So if they're already on backers, uh, um, if they're already backers, they can come and they can do all that stuff, and it's kind of a cool thing, cool stuff. But yeah, I'm working in the background as I do all that, and I'm here if anybody has any questions. It's funny that I'm doing this, and like everybody will message me normally, for questions, but I'm live and they're like crickets, and I know we have like 12 people watching, so I don't know. I'm coming in as a standard sales associate with the plan of training me up and become a manager and get my own store. Wow. And also helping with marketing. So, well, that's great. I think that'd be a great thing for you. I think you did a lot at the collective, and I think that they can benefit from your stuff. So that's really cool. I don't know if they do auctions or anything like that. And if any of Orange Cone stuff could be a good fit over there, let me know. We'll get that stuff over. All right. So sorry. So I'm doing an update. So I'm sharing out two books. Neverland, which is Caleb's book, and Clax is a great anthology. All right. Oh, we got some questions finally. Thank you. What has been your favorite piece of work you've done for your anthology? So, what has been your favorite piece of work you've been doing for your anthology? So my favorite story that I've seen done was the Tin Man. I really like the Tin Man in Oz. But for me, I did a Red King story with Stan Yak, Red King versus Yellow King, and it is just epic. And it's really really good. So I can't wait for people to see that. I paid top dollar for the art and the colors, so it's really really cool to get all that stuff going. So yeah, that's been my top thing. I would say. So I'm doing the update right now for the Kickstarter, sending that out to everyone, getting that going. I like this kind of dual screen, like ask me anything thing. It's kind of cool that I can kind of hang out with you guys and get some work done at the same time, which is pretty cool. All right, what do we got? So we got some questions. I saw the hey, Steven. Steven, was that because you wanted to come on, or what? All right, what do we got? I would love to hear about anthology building from concept to cast assembly. Oh, okay. So for me, when I tackle anthologies, Travis, doesn't. I don't particularly care for anthologies. I like to be part of them, but I don't like the traditional anthology. So I don't like just submitting a story and getting it. Like, we're talking about robots. There's a whole bunch of robot stories. I think they're great. I think there's some really cool things. I think you can find some great creative teams On the flip side of that, Negative Burn, when that was going, I mean, that had the greatest of the great, from Neil Gaiman to Michael Bendis to all these people, and that was an anthology series. But I think doing an anthology series right is really hard. So for me, when I did it, I wouldn't say selfish reasons, but my 100% goal was that I wanted to get the people who I felt were more talented than me, name associated with mine. Like, honestly, like, I know and I don't mean that in a crappy way. Like, I was like, all right, how can these people help me grow? And as we've grown, some of us have grown higher, some of us have grown the same, some of us have grown lower. So it helped us all elevate, because getting all those people together really helped. So I literally, from Oz, asked all the people who I knew who I thought were more talented than me if they wanted to submit to be part of it. So it was a crazy process, and getting that to where it needed to be done was really, really hard, but really rewarding. And then for me, I wanted to add the extra flavor of, I can do this anthology and tell one narrative if I tell everyone my story. So I told them my story and got that taken care of. So I hope that answered your question, James. Steve, the plan is to start auctions and get all the stuff going down the line for them. Okay. Stuff I've seen and worked on, Wonderland is going to blow everyone away. Yeah. No, it's pretty amazing. No more punk here. Yeah, we're not doing punk right now. Helen, I'm going to be honest. I don't feel awesome. I feel it's hard. It's really hard to do these things. Like right now, the success of Cthulhu is blowing my mind. Like, how many people are supporting us, how fast we're getting funded. Same thing with Gritty State Punk, like crossing that barrier, because I've worked really hard to cross that barrier. I've had to hustle for everything I've earned. And it's upsetting when you think about all the people who've said things. I've seen people say that they've taken credit for me of my success. They said they made me, even though like I am way higher producing and getting stuff. I don't consider it like better than you, but it's like production by math. Like I'm doing better than they are. I've heard people say like when I was working with Luke's Comicsgate, that the only reason why Voodoo Nations was anything because of Comicsgate, which is crazy, because if you look at Dog Days or Broke Down or Expired or Cthulhu Invades Oz, like I had tons of success, and Luke wouldn't say that either, but I've heard someone say that, like, which is crazy because I'm not Comicsgate. Like, I fight Comicsgate on Twitter. Why would that help me? So you hear all these silly, stupid things that because people want, I think it's natural for someone to compare, like, I'm just as this as someone. In fact, Matt, I'm going to read it actually. Matt Knowles is in a group with me, and he just wrote a nice thing about it. Let me read it. I think it kind of sums it up. Matt Knowles is a smart guy. He said, resist the urge to compare yourself to others to determine your worth as a creator. This does not mean to take note of other campaigns and products and learn from them. What I mean, it's very easy for us to look at other campaigns and their performance and simply say they have more backers or they have more dollars, they're better than me, or vice versa, or see retail numbers on Comic-Con, or mine sold 1,000, 4,000, mine must suck. Every campaign and product is unique and pulls off a different fan base. You must have the best book in the world, but it's not the genre or the popularity struggles. Likewise, you can have two creative teams launch the exact same book and get different results. Why? Because every person is different and brings different effort and personal fan base to the table. Person X might crush it because they have a massive fan base from other works, or you might struggle because you're new to the scene. Well, I'm trying to say it's easy to discourage when you see someone else is seemingly effortlessly crushing it in comparison to you, but the far surface is a simple viewpoint, a better angle to say, what is this person doing that I'm not, that I can learn to emulate the next campaign? What can you do to help me build up our own craft? Maybe you asked for too much. Maybe you launched at the wrong time. Maybe your pre-market was not broad enough. Maybe you're putting on content behind the scenes. Just keep your head up. Content creating is tough. Lonely biz, nothing is bad or is good. Yeah, I absolutely say that. And this industry, people want to make excuses for if they're not doing well. There's a rumor, there's somebody who goes around and talks about a rumor that they believe that there's like a cabal, like an Illuminati of like 10 creators that all have agreed to donate $100 per campaign, and that's how they get them to the next level. That if you do, everyone dictates 100, and they have this huge day one, and that huge day one helps them catapult, but their fan base is fake and blah blah blah. And that's just not true. Like, it's ridiculous. Imagine like something like that would exist, like how much it would cost, especially me. I'm a super backer and how much I've created. Like, I've really like I've heard this. This is literally, there's a video on the internet about this and how insane that is. This super cabal. And I'll flat out say it. Like, I'm a name reference in that video of they believe that I do this, which is insane. Like, really dismiss. Hey, Johnny, I'm happy to see you. I'm glad that you're okay. Everyone was so worried about you, buddy. I'm glad that you're around. Johnny's a great creator over on Twitter and follows me on YouTube. I'm so happy to see you around. But yeah, there was this crazy dark conspiracy, and anyone who knows me knows I hustle. Like, the relationships I have with comic stores, relationships I have with creators, relationships I have that. So it's just crazy. But yeah, keep them coming, guys. Ask more questions. Like, I'd love to help you. If you guys are struggling on your campaigns or anything, please ask me. Ask me anything. I'm here to answer any questions, and it doesn't have to be about comics. It can be about literally anything. I said, ask me anything. So yeah, it's all cool getting everybody to where they need to be. I'm happy to be where I am, and I'm happy to have the success I have. And it's through success and failure. John says, yeah, I'm still around. Thanks, but I'll message you later. Yeah, that's good. How's the family? Oh, the family's good. My daughter's in California right now, visiting her mom, which is really cool. I know she's always wanted to go there, so I think that's really, really cool. My son is out there with his cousins hanging out, which is great. My daughter's in school. Everybody's good. Me and my wife had a great weekend. We went to the Lumineers and we had a signing at the Collective. So, like, we're good. Any good squid parties? Well, me and my wife do not eat fish. So, no, we don't have any squid recipes. So hold on. I gotta let my crew know. So one of the secrets to crowdfunding, since I'm here, is you join groups. In some of those groups, you promote each other's campaigns. So right now, I'm just letting them know. I'll let Caleb know that I have added him to a campaign. I let him know that I add you to Cthulhu Invades Oz. And what sucks, here's Wonderland. I mean, what sucks, man, is some people. It was so hard early on to get people to share my campaign, but now that I'm higher up, everybody wants to share my campaign, and it's really upsetting to me that you've got to be at a certain level for someone to see your value, because that's not true. I have comics that only 300 other people have copies of, and they're amazing because it does not equal quality. Just equals hustle. What's your order at Dunkin'? Okay. So every day that I go to Dunkin', I have to get 3 coffees, one for me, one for my mother-in-law, one for Heather. So my order is a mocha swirl iced coffee, cream only. That's what I get, large. My mother-in-law gets a 6 and 4, so that's 6 cream, 4 sugars. My wife depends on what Dunkin' we're at. So at some Dunkins we get 8 cream, and then she puts the sweet and low in. Sometimes you get the 8 cream and the 7 sweet and low. Really depends on what Dunkin', because some people, you tell them sweet and low, they'll just put whatever the fuck they want in. So she gets upset. Stephen, not for myself, but others, how can those looking to fund Kickstarter grow their fan base by branching out to work with retailers and the likes? Ooh, that's really tough. So first off, I think a creator needs to realize that being in the retail store is a vanity. Like, it's a name and lights. So you're doing that not to make money, but to give them. That's a lot of cream. Yep, that is a lot of cream. So you gotta, that you're not going to make a ton of money on those, and the retailers are going to be cream. But if your goal is to eventually be in comic stores, like my goal. And that's also another thing. Kickstarters or comics in general, not everybody has the same goal. Joseph Duez, for instance, is a really good friend of mine. He has no interest in just making his stories. Zero interest in anything but making his stories. Like, he doesn't care if he's in Kickstarter, if he banks. I mean, I'm sure he'd like to do Kickstarter, but he doesn't care if he's in stores or anything like that. That doesn't mean, he just wants to make his stories. Where me, I'm all about being published and going to the next level and have other people pay for my work and all things like that. So it depends on your goal. So my goal is to do Orange Cone forever. I don't plan on ever stopping that, but also have like a Colin Bunn career where I work for multiple publishers doing creator owned stuff, some that they own, some that I own, and writing stories. So my goal is to get as many allies in the retail community because that's going to help me for my long term goal. So though I'm eating the cost now, years later. But the best thing is, Stephen, what happens is a lot of these creators will go to their local comic shop, but that local comic shop, every comic shop's different. Like I have a comic shop called 9.9. They don't want my book in their store. They don't care. They'll have me come for a signing though. So you've got to figure out where the collective. Let's go to the collective. The collective is not only they want me there, they want to do exclusive covers. They want me to have for a signing. They want me to do their auction. They want the whole thing. So getting those two things and stemming them together has a lot of merit and does a lot of really cool things that help. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. So figure out the store because each stores are different and what ones is going to work for you or work for helping you. I think is a good question. All right. Why did you call it orange cone? So for me, when I think of an orange cone, it's something that you got to stop and pay attention to because something's being built or caution, but something's happening. Something that you want to see is going to come there, whether it's a new building, whether it's a new business, or whether or not it's a fucking car wreck. Like orange cones are something that you want to pay attention to. So that's why I called it orange cone. Hey, Steven, how are you? I got to tell you, the Burrito Boys were really upset. They almost lost their role-playing game because you didn't back me because you have to wait till the last minute for whatever reason, Stephen. You know the money doesn't come out until like April 14th. You can back me now. How do you decide what cons are going to? Most of the time, Nick, it's ones in Florida. Like that's what I decide. I decide 2-day, 3-day, or whether or not they're comic based. A lot of cons that are out there are not comic based. They're not comic friendly. They try to do. I'm trying to say they're more of a gaming con or they're more of a guest con or a sci-fi con. None of those are wrong. Just trying to find the ones that are more comic focused because I'm comic focused. If you the reason why Nick's here from the Burritos, the reason why I vibe with Nick and Nick vibes with me is because I read comics. I read an awful lot of fucking comics, and because of that, if I will do better at a comic show because I can message them and go. I can message them and go, hey, you have that thing. Hey, you have, this comic, I've read that. It's really good. What do you think? And we can talk about that. And we can talk about Jeff Lemire, or we can talk about, Donny Cates, or we can talk about Jeff Johns or Scott Snyder. And we can talk about what he's doing because I've read it all. And it allows me to have an intimate conversation. And I can show them that I probably like what they like. So maybe they'll like what I'm writing. So that's kind of a trick. What are your must-read comics this day? Nocturne, Department of Truth, Stillwater. Basilisk was really good. Like this latest issue of Basilisk was fire. All the Donny Cates stuff. So, crossover to Thor, to Hulk. What else do I enjoy reading? Nightwing. You got to read Nightwing right now. You got to read Robin. I actually think Robin's better than Nightwing, even though I love Nightwing. But Robin is telling some great stories. But yeah. So Nick, when you say Last Water is Stillwater, so I heard there was a Stillwater's Awakenings or something, or Escape. I did not get that. I got to figure out how to get that. I didn't get it. So I got to figure out how to get that. Steve-O, are you doing a creator exclusive edition for Wonderland? You did it. Yes. If you're in the chat, but this is for creators only. So yeah, if you back the book at a physical level, you will get the creator copy with your physical level. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the anthology thing. Yeah, I didn't get it. I've got to ask my comic store if it just was misshipped or they didn't put me down for it, but I got to get it. I really want to get it. I really like Stillwater. I think it's good. So those are my must grabs. Let me think. Trying to think some more of the independent stuff, but really like, Image and Boom are doing really, really good right now. So it's really hard. Basilisk is J. Columbone's red. Yeah. The last issue of Basilisk was fire. Sure fire. I just read it this morning. So good. Yeah. No problems. And remember, you don't get charged for the 14th, so you can adjust it now and then stuff. But we always add stuff to the campaign, so I get it. In fact, actually, let's have a conversation. So we are talking. Actually, I gotta get them. So dead air for a minute, but I gotta get some. Let me show you something. All right, sorry, I left. So we're doing these. We're thinking about doing these. Tell me what you guys think. So these are coffee. We're thinking about doing them with tea for Cthulhu Invades Wonderland. They're like little coffee things that has your comic on it. So I got these are the Scout ones. They're really, really cool. And what we're thinking about doing is ordering a whole bunch of these for the whole line. So we'd have a Broke Down Coffee. We'd have a Voodoo Nations. We'd have a Cthulhu. So yeah, all sorts of stuff. But yeah, so we're thinking about that. What do you guys think? Maybe, getting the minimum order is 1,000, but we're thinking about maybe doing that across the whole line. It would be really cool. And I have this really nice package. I mean, look at this packaging. It's really, really nice. So yeah, we would do it for the whole line. We don't know the cost yet. These will retail about $5 or so, maybe a little bit more because of Kickstarter. But there's a lot of things to talk about, like can I ship them? Can I do whatever? So we're still talking about it. We're still on the fence trying to figure that out. But yeah, that's just a thought. So I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts if you guys think that's cool. If that's cool too. So yeah, keep asking stuff, guys. Kara says, tea, I need it. And, madness in my tea. Yeah. Who am I messaging? I am messaging my wife. That's what I'm doing. So yeah, this is my day. I've got some web design stuff to do in a little bit, but for right now, I've got to do this. I think it's kind of niche, but I'm in that niche. So be all in for it. Yeah. I think it'd be really, really cool. Not as like a primary thing, but as like an add-on, so you can get it and you can keep the packages. I think the characters are cool, and the back has a couple. The back is kind of descriptions and like it's got kind of a couple of panels we can put in there, which I think is really cool. So I don't know. I think it would be cool. So we just got to figure it out if it would work. Something I'm considering doing. I think it's a cool niche. Jonathan did it for his last campaign, but that was coffee based. But for Granite State Punk, he's going straight edge in the next issue, so coffee would be really good. What about a future project? Did we say anything about? Okay, so I got two that I can talk about. So Dog Days is finishing up. So Dog Days is kind of an old project, but it's finishing up. We're doing some editing to it. I'm just behind, literally I'm a week behind because of the launch. I'm going to try to get to it this week. Actually, we'll go through the whole line. We'll talk about everything. We got Voodoo 3 is done. We're finishing up the colors right now, which is pretty cool. So we're finishing up the colors for that, which I like. What else we got? So that's Voodoo 3. That's Voodoo 3. We've got the Broke Down Trade. We're finishing, getting the last stories for that right now, getting that finished up, which I think is really cool. I'm excited about getting that launched. We just started production, or I started scripting phase on the one that you guys voted for the Substack, and that is 2000. The world ended in 2012. And what that is about a group of hackers who prove to you that the world ended in 2012. So they have a whole bunch of proof, and they're gathering people who are of like mind to see whether or not that's true, which I think is pretty cool. Eggnog flavored coffee for holiday spirit. No, but they do have a holiday spirit blend, a holidays blend that we would use for that. So that's 2012, the storyline. So we're at the scripting phases right now on the Substack. If you're a paid member, which I think, Nick, you should definitely be, we're making the comic. So right now there's a whole bunch of questions that were asked. So we're giving everybody hacker names, and people are voting on the hacker names, and then we're voting on the layout, the idea of the script. So I think it'd be really, really cool to get that all together, which is dope. So that's the next phase, and then I'm working on a secret project that I can't tell you. What else? Oh, I can tell you this. The book Hot Shots from Michael Watson of Fisk. I think the last issue just came out. Maybe I have one here. I am going ahead and doing that, which is cool. That's going to be part of what we're doing. And then what else? Tales of the Collective, we're doing a Halloween special and a 2023. We're working on that right now. And then we have 8,000 to go, and then I will start recruiting for Neverland. Like, minute that happens, I'm going to start doing Neverland. So we'll start doing that up. It's going to be a little different this time, but yeah, it's going to be cool. All right, couple questions here. So I don't know if this is silly, but what are your suggestions from getting to be better at selling yourself and your work? I'm like Duaz. I just want to write. I only sell so people can read. Tips. Yeah. So one of the things is just be known in groups to be helpful. I think that's a big thing is people know that you're helpful and you're part of stuff. Work with other people. Like I know you work with your brother. Work with other people. Not that your brother's not great. Like I think your brother's a great artist, but you're only going to be known as a pair with your brother. So you got to separate as a writer as you get that stuff out. Be willing to do live chats and stuff and talk about your work and talk about other people's work. I think those are the keys to getting that out there. Maybe try to do a signing with what you got so you can get those. Those, even if here's one of the secrets of signings. Sometimes I go to signings and there's very few people. Like I'll talk to like 30 people total in the day, which for an 8-hour shift at a comic store is not good. That's not great at all. But because I got that picture and I posted that picture online, it makes me look like I'm bigger. Oh, I'm doing all these things. And I'm sure when a publisher looks at my stuff, oh, look, this guy's doing signings. He must be good. I think it's an illusion of success. And it's not, and it's real success because you're really there, but people's interpretation of how many people are there. So I think that's kind of a cool thing to think, What's your favorite type of nose? I like old people's noses that are kind of like you see the big pores and they kind of pour out. Like I think that's cool. Socks. I like half socks that go up to your foot. I like socks that match. My wife seems to not match. So I don't know. Nick, I know that should be on the stock, but only wanted to do one. I know I should be on that Substack, but I only wanted to do one thing and drop in a couple of books so that maybe I could. Yeah, I mean, you can join for as cheap as $5 a month, man, and then you get the free comic book when you back my stuff. So if you factor in that you back and you get the free Substack, you're getting 2 covers every time. I mean, I don't know, it's up to you, but I think that you would like to be part of the development of a comic. Or fruit. I like strawberries. I actually don't have a lot of comics cons signed up right now. I'm signed up for MegaCon. I don't know if I'm going to get a table. I'm going to be that's undecided right now, but I will be doing something in that realm. So look for me there. I also got Space Coast Comic Con. I also have what else I have? Space Coast Comic Con. I'm trying to go to Granite State Punk, but right now in my personal life, we haven't said why yet. I will probably do a post soon. I like to keep it on the positive, but me and my wife, we need to raise some money for some stuff that's going on that's kind of holding our money back. So things are slowing down a little bit while we fix that. Not a big deal. We're paying off some debts, and we're thinking about buying a house. I guess I could tell that part. We're thinking about buying a house, so we're trying to raise a little bit of money for the down payment. So things are a little crazy right now, and I'm not going to as many cons because of that. Because cons are risky. Sometimes you make a lot of money, sometimes you make zero, and you cost you money. How much have I missed from the Substack so far? Not much. I mean, we only do one major thing per month, and we don't have a lot of feedback, which is crazy. So. But yeah, be part of it, and you can do some stuff. Like right now, we're on the naming the characters. And I haven't really got much response, which kind of sucks, but it's going to happen. I think most people just want to support me. But in the next phase, I'm sure we'll have more stuff and we'll review the scripts and get feedback. Awful. I hope it's the nose comment. Lovecraft versus Poe. Who would win in the write-off? Oh, I'll go Lovecraft all day. Lovecraft created worlds. Poe created emo. Dress for the job you want. Exactly. Like it? Where does Substack go live? The Substack's already live. TravisGibb.substack.com. I can actually share that in. The Substack is already live. You're probably on it and you don't even realize it. You're probably on the email part of it and you don't realize that there's all sorts of cool stuff on the back end. Yeah, there's some cool stuff there. We already did the first Substack cover. Let me see if I got it over here. Oh, come on. Hold on. I think I have it. Which I thought was really cool. So every book will have a Substack cover. We just announced the Oz one, which is pretty cool. So yeah, we got it right here. All right, so this is the main cover. And then we did a Substack exclusive. So literally 15 people got this one, which is cool. And you don't have to be a paid member to get those. You can be a free member and you can buy them, but you're only eligible to buy them if you're a member, which is kind of cool. Something we're trying out, something special. I want to have a more intimate relationship with my fans, and this is one way of doing it and giving you guys something special. As for selling my block, maybe David, we could live right near David. That'd be great. Just kind of hang out. yeah, that's totally Nick. I get that. I mean, there is a higher tier, for a year that you can sign up to, but just wait till your tax return comes. Just pay the $5 for now. I mean, think about it. You're going to get a full fucking trade for Cthulhu. You're getting an extra trade by subbing. Like, I mean, I don't know how I can make it better for you. Like, you're getting a full trade that's exclusive, which I think is pretty cool. Let's see. All right, any more questions? Well, I'll keep this going. You guys, you asked some great stuff. Let's see. What's my next task? Oh, my next task is spamming the internet, letting everyone know that I have a Kickstarter. Are you guys aware that I have a Kickstarter? Cthulhu Invades Wonderland is live and doing cool stuff. I gotta get you in the gang. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that could be possible. I think the better thing, if the comic store can't afford to like house us or whatever the case may be, is to, at least line us up with a con that's nearby and then we do a thing there. I have the money. It's just how I can spend it on comics without getting yelled at. I feel you. Yeah, it was funny. I was talking to my wife and I was like, yeah, the Burrito Boys, they were crazy backing, us and other Kickstarters for a little bit. And they slowed down and they're still backing, but they're backing at lower tiers. And I'm pretty sure it's because their wives yelled at them. Polar bears are the best. Those giant white bears when they get blood on them and they're all bloody and stuff is dope as hell. So that's the best bear. However, koala bears are high up there as well. A good koala bear is not something to snaff at. By the way, if anybody's on here, I'm going to be shipping out some Granite State Punk. If you don't care about your patch, or if you back other stuff like you, Nick, if you want me to send your Granite State Punk now, I can, and I'll send you the patch with Cthulhu Invades Wonderland. So if you want to wait for your patch, you can get the Cthulhu now, which I think is cool. Actually, you know what? Here, I'll show you guys. Since we're talking about the Substack, I can show you guys that, right? All right. So yeah, this is the Substack. And so like for paid Substack members, they got a free comic book, which is pretty cool. So they get this comic book for free. If I click that link, it'll open up a comic book. So they got that, which is kind of cool. So they got that earlier than everybody else. What else did they get? Let's see. Yeah, so this was a paid member one. They got this is the characters, the list of the characters from 2012. So they get to choose the names and the hacker names, and I get some feedback from that. and, kind of get a little insight of what I'm about to write. And, the next thing they're going to do is the breakdown of the issue that they get to have feedback. And let's see what else. What else did I give them? Gave them a preview of Kaiju Mania, so I gave them some other previews of the pages as we were working. They're also going to get, when I finish something, so when I'm in the proofing stage, the pro members are going to get like Voodoo Nations like in a couple of weeks. Hey, Nick, thanks. I appreciate that. So give me some feedback on that stuff. I'd love to hear your feedback. But yeah, so that's what the feedback, that's what that's all about. So Steven, we have a fan expo coming up. Obviously, we have to be weird. Obviously have been weird for obvious reasons, but Philadelphia is so strict with gatherings. I think that's the first kind of while. Okay. Yeah, I think that's the better thing, right? Is to get that going and go from there. Yeah, later this week, actually the end of the week, I'm gonna be doing the breakdown of issue 1. So I'm gonna break down the issue 1. So I'll show you how I break down an issue, and then you'll get the script beginning of April. So this week you're gonna get the script. I'm also going to show you some Voodoo Nations covers that are coming up. So you got some cool things going on. I think the Substack's going to be worth it. I'm going to try to make it worth your while. And again, the free books is just worth it. Like right now, Nick, because you back now, the campaign ends at April 14th. You are literally getting that free trade. So like, even if you canceled the week after, like I don't want you to cancel, but you're going to be good. It's a hot thing. It's a good service. So guys, any more questions? We've been doing this for about a half hour. Yeah, dude, that would be awesome. Yeah, when we do trade, we're going to do trade for that coming up, which is really cool. We're also, I have an idea. So for the collector's edition, the creator's edition of Broke Down and Holiday Spirits and Wonderland, I was thinking about doing an auction for them. For the Heroes Initiative. I'm just not sure how to do that, but I think that would be really cool. Like do one big auction for all that. So I don't know. So let's talk about comics. Anything you guys are excited about? I'd love to hear what are you guys reading? What are you guys excited about that's coming out? Are you guys excited about the new Hulk? I can't even think of his name. Bedlam? No, Bedlam is the thing. Yeah, let's talk later. Yeah, I think it'd be a good idea to give some money back. So here's the thing with those creators edition. And if you don't know, I don't think I have one here. Oh, I do. Hold on. Let me show you. So for my creators, I create this book, a creators edition. That is special. It's a special edition with a special cover. It says creators edition. Sorry, it says creators edition right there. So I create those for the creators, but what's cool about it is we have extras because I have to print extras because what if they get damaged, right? So I always have a few extras around, and because of that, I don't know what to do with them because I don't feel like I should sell them. I feel that that's wrong. So I feel like, and I don't want to do them for contests that often because I think that's also devalues it. But I think it'd be really cool to give it to the Heroes Initiative and do an auction for them and donate to the creators. I think that would be pretty cool. The Heroes Initiative can always use money, and that money's going to help creators. So it kind of fits, right? So I get it signed by a whole bunch of people and kind of make that happen. Which project means the most to you personally? Well, obviously Broke Down was first, so that has a personal value because it was first. It's the first thing I've completed too. So I think that has a special place in my heart. I wouldn't do Broke Down the same way I did it. So one of the things about Broke Down, I love Broke Down. I love the way it kind of came out. But so the first issue is designed 100% to feel like a Quentin Tarantino movie. It was done by design. And I realized now looking back that was a bad call. I wanted people to be familiar and be like, oh, I know this and I'm going to keep reading it because I like the similar stuff. But I realized that some people may have read that, oh, this guy is just a clone of Quentin, and that's not what wasn't my intent. So I would probably rewrite that different. The story would still be the same, but I would just rewrite that issue a little different to get it less Quentin Tarantino feeling. The other things, hold on, let me answer, Stephen. What about doing a high-level tier and donate a portion of that to the Harris Initiative? Actually, you can't. Kickstarter does not allow you to donate stuff from the campaign. I don't know why, they just don't. They say that that's not allowed. I think they really want to make sure that no one thinks it's a GoFundMe, so they separate those things. So you can't have anything that goes donation to this and that. You're not allowed to. You can do it on Indiegogo, but you can't do that on Kickstarter. And then Granite State Punk is super special to me. It's the best thing that I've ever made. So I'm super proud of that. And we also have Tales from the Collective #2 up, which is kind of special to me because it's my wife's first comic. I was signing at the Collective this weekend. And I was next to my wife, and watching her sign things and her having to answer the questions was just really special to me. It really made my heart sing. So yeah, that's kind of cool. So what you're saying? So you're saying there's going to be a special edition? Yes, actually, the trade we're starting from scratch and doing stuff. I think you can't really cut some of those things, but I'm actually thinking about cutting pages and adding a couple of pages. So yeah, absolutely. From start to finish, we're going to go through broke down, and when the trade, it'll be a little different. I'm going to rewrite the pages that I need to write. That's actually one of my projects for April, is to rewrite anything that I didn't like and kind of do it. It was crazy. Nick knows this. Nick and I are both. Hey, Johnny, gotta head out. No, totally. Gotta head out. I'll DM you in a bit. Yeah, cool. If I don't reply right away, it's I have a busy day. I know it's crazy what I'm doing on Ask Me Anything, but so Scott Snyder said in a recent thing, and Nick can back me up on this, that every trade that he has is very, very different from the issues that came out, because he almost rewrites the trade every time, which is crazy. So I have to check this out. I have to look at my Nocturna trade and check that out. So it's so crazy. I call it the Snyder cut of broke down. Yeah. So we're going to go in and do some stuff. We also have like 6 new stories from other creators who are writing in my universe, which is cool. So yeah, you're going to see some cool stuff like that, which I think is nice. So yeah, I'm excited about it. Scott, I'll fix it in the trade, Scott Snyder. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's the way it is, and I'm gonna do the same thing. And actually, it was really Scott Snyder. I got a lot from backing his Substack, because I got that. Like, I got that from it. I was like, oh yeah, I get that thing. And I got to tell you, of all the Substacks I back, Scott Snyder is probably the most valuable to me. I'm hoping I'm gonna buy some yearly memberships, because these monthly thing is going crazy. So, because I'm doing so many. But, I think that's another thing I would give to rookie creators. Like, learn from people, like listen to podcasts, listen to creators talk about the craft, because so many people don't, and it's crazy. Sorry, I've got a creator asking me something. What's your second favorite Substack? Probably Donnie. But not because I get a lot of good content on that. I'm sure if I was an artist, I would, because Ryan Stegman's on there, and you can not Ryan. Is Ryan Stegman? I think it is. Sorry. All right. What the fuck is a Substack? A Substack is it's kind of like an email list. And what the email list, the way it's different, it's kind of like a message board as well. So you can participate and comment and do stuff, I also like Chip Zdarsky's a lot, but I haven't had any reason to pay. Like, so that's crazy. Tyrion of the Bears are tempted to be. Yeah, I want Tyrion's. Is Tyrion's? Who has is doing the blue book? Yeah, it's Tyrion. So Tyranny's doing the blue book with Michael Megan, which I think would be really cool, and we'll get that. Yeah. But I've liked his. So Chip Zdarsky, I don't know how I got onto it, but he did a friggin' Substack chat with old creators of Daredevil, which was fucking cool. So he had Charlie Soules on there, and he had Ed Brubaker, and like fucking insane. It was so cool, like generations of Daredevil writers. I'm a huge Daredevil mark. So yeah. By the way, Nick, did you end up reading? Are you all the way? Because he was reading Daredevil straight through. I wonder if you made it. If you got distracted or what. So yeah, but yeah, Chip's books are really cool, and I think that the anthology books I think were revealed there first, right? If I'm not mistaken, like the anthology books, like all of them were part of the Substack, and now they're coming out monthly, which is cool. I finished Zdarsky's title. Yeah, but Nick, weren't you starting from number one? Because I remember some post about how much you loved Stiltman. You may have given up, but if I remember correctly, you were doing that. So, just curiosity. Where Nick works at a shoe store, so sometimes he can't reply right away because first there's a little lag, and two because he may have to sell shoes. I did. I binged the whole thing and then waited a month for the final issue. But no, not just Zdarsky's. Like from one Stan Lee, if I remember correctly, wasn't you from issue one all the way through? So Frank Miller, Bendis, the whole Bendis, and Bendis and Kevin Smith and the whole thing. So yeah, it's crazy. Chip's killing it. I can't even wait for the next thing. Oh no, I made it to like 30. Cool. Well, highly recommend the Bendis run, and like what I would do is I would start Daredevil. Nick, if you're really into Daredevil, go back to Kevin Smith's run. Start from Kevin Smith's run and read up. You should always read Year One and Born Again if you haven't read those, because I think those are necessary. Sinesi's Batman. I'm going to pull that shit. Yeah, I'm curious though. Shouldn't Batman be dead during Sinesi's run? So is it going to be that other Batman? I don't know. Like nobody's asking that in an interview, and I don't understand why. Because that's what I want to know. Stephen, I hate Mark Waid's one. I hate it because it turned everything that was really it turned everything. It turned everything that we were going from. It was so dark, and then it went light again. And the ending was really good. Mark Waid killed it in the end. And Mark Waid, the issue with the bus where he had to save the kids was amazing. They're not asking President, probably not allowed to. That's probably true. But I've been waiting for Chip Zdarsky to be live and ask him those questions because he's not great at Twitter either, so I can't just call him out. But we've been in a half hour. I've got to ship some packages out, and I've got to do a couple other things. But thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I appreciate you guys all. I got to go to the post office and do some things. But let's look at my campaign since I haven't done it. Hopefully I entertained you enough to be able to show you the campaigns real quick. So let's show you the two campaigns. If you haven't, check it out. Thanks, Peter. Maybe I won't. It's really hard to do that with split screens. Oh, here they are. Okay. share screen here. Actually, if I just make it big, I can do it a lot easier. All right, so here's Cthulhu Invades Wonderland. We are killing it. We are at 406 backers, 22.6. So this has been really good. We have a great cross promotion. We just added the what? We just added the 400. Hold on, I didn't add it to the thing yet. But here, I'll show you here. We added the pack, so we have the 400. So yeah, keep checking that stuff out. We're killing it here. Really need some support though, because like I said, when we get to 30,000, we're going to announce Neverland. I'm going to start talking about that, and people are really interested in that. We also got the Tales of the Collective live. We're doing really good on that. I'd like to hit $3,000 on this one. Doing pretty good. We got 64 backers. We're at 22 on that. This has 5 great stories. You know, it has 47 Furious Tales, Baron, Black Sam, and Pup Van Wick, My Wife's, and Cosmic Legacy. So if you haven't backed, please consider backing it, even if it's just for a couple bucks. But that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for your support. Bye, Nick. Bye, Peter. So I appreciate all you guys. Have a good one. I'm going to do my little video, and I'll see you guys later.